Good morning, YouTubers. Yet another review on a Gamzo G752, and this is Steve from AZ Blade Broker. So today we're going to look at this. This is a 7522 GR. It says 752, but then after the next number that they have on the actual SKU on the boxes normally indicates the finish. So this is a number 2, meaning it's a stone washed finish. And the GR means it has green G10 scales. A lot of hype about these knives, and quite frankly I'm not as thrilled as some of the other reviewers. A couple things I don't really care for right off, care about right off is it's real sticky. I mean, just no comparison to how easily it opens, you know, and it's supposed to be ball bearing. It's not honestly that smooth. I don't know if you can hear that or not. You know, that's not a real smooth action. I don't know if that's the actual ball bearings or the detent on the frame lock. You know, you got these blue fasteners that are kind of trendy and kind of look good, but they're definitely not titanium. In fact, they're basically heat blued, as you can see. Let's see if we get that to focus that close. I don't know how close it'll go. And they really just heat blued the tops of them. You can see down inside of all the screws that they're not blued all the way, the full depth of them. Even the bottom of the Torx holes are not blued. So that also means that they are probably carbon steel, and therefore they're going to be susceptible to rusting. Blade shape I like. You know, I think the fuller on the blade kind of looks pretty good. It's obvious that they're not super symmetrical. This fuller on this side, about a 1/4 inch difference in how far in the blade they made. Like all the Gamzos, the knife blade is 440C. You know, overall machining, fit and form, pretty good. You know, I don't really care for this either. You know, I think they would have been better off just to make this a frame lock and just leave this, you know, machined stainless on this side and just put a scale on the other side. You know, lots of people are doing that now. It's a very common practice. Now, the one thing that I'm really happy to see them finally accomplish is making a reversible pocket clip. You know, if they'd used this style pocket clip on all of their automatics, then they could do exactly this. They could make it tip up or tip down configuration you choose. You know, it'd be lots of extra machining, but you could even make it ambidextrous. But they didn't. So let's take a look at the dimensions on this knife. Looks like we are 4 7/8, 4 3/4 closed. Total length is 8 3/8, and total blade length 3 3/8. Oops, let's see, get that down into the, there you go, 3 3/8. Okay. The knife itself weighs 5 ounces, 144 grams. So, you know, in conclusion, aside from the fact that the action itself is pretty stiff, and that could just be something that'll break in, or maybe you could take this scale off the side and take a bend on this a little bit, take a little bit of tension out of the liner lock. I don't know, I'll tinker with it. I have a whole case of these coming, so I hope I'm hoping that this is kind of an offshoot, and the rest of them are better. For those of you that are real snooty about the blade centering, whenever you have a frame lock like this, as opposed to just a liner lock that's just barely touching it, it's pretty hard to keep the blade centered, you know, because that frame is pushing on the blade and it's going to push it off to the side. Not really an issue, and doesn't affect the functionality. So we shall see. When I get my case of them in here in the next couple of days, I'll go through them and see if some of them are better than others. So that's my review on the Gamzo G7522.